Greetings. It's a pleasure to have some time with you folks today. And I think the first thing I need to do, and some of you may have heard about me before, but I thought it would be important for me to identify specifically just who I am and where I'm coming from. My name is Richard Walker, and I want to take a moment to let you know how much I appreciate you spending some time and allowing me to give one of my many presentations. But I think it's important to understand my professional background and where I've come from. After 30 years, I retired from the medical field, and my medical career began at Indiana University while I majored in allied health. Following my academic accomplishments, I joined the United States Medical Corps during the Vietnam era and spent a year and a half of that time in Korea, in Incheon, Korea, which was about, it's about 45, 50 miles from the DMZ, demilitarized zone of North Korea to this very day. After completing my military tour, I returned to the civilian world and assisted the running of pathology laboratories, both private and hospital laboratories. And in furthering my professional career, I also had worked over the years with both state and regional management positions for non-medical, national and international companies as well. I completed my professional career with International Company of GlaxoSmithKline Clinical Pathology Laboratory, whereupon I took my retirement. I also have spent over the years travels in both Asia and Europe, a total of 12 different countries. And while traveling in other countries, or even when I was in Indiana University, I have studied various languages. By understanding a language, you have a better understanding of the culture of the country you're visiting, and you obtain a higher respect from the people while you're visiting their country, making an effort to understand their language and culture. My lectures are sponsored by Home Choice Network, where we believe in independence for seniors and peace of mind for families. Home Choice Network is a home care agency, which is licensed by the state of North Carolina and regulated by the Department of Health and Human Services out of Raleigh. And we've been in existence for over 16 years. By the way, I've also held the position of president of Toastmasters International Club here in Sand Hills of Pinehurst and Southern Pines area of North Carolina. This is a worldwide organization dedicated to public speaking and leadership. This time I'd like for you to sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the presentation that I am going to give today, which the title of this presentation is Parkinson's Disease. Parkinson's, which is initial PD, is defined as a long-term degenerative disorder of the central nervous system that primarily affects the motor system. The identification of Parkinson's disease starts in the brain area, known as the basal ganglia, which is a section of your brain beneath the cerebrum. The cerebrum is at the back of your head that meets the nape of your neck and is called the cerebellum. A Latin word of cerebellum means little brain. It is this area of your brain that controls one's balance, complex movements, procedural learning, habit learning, coordination, and cognition. The cerebellum occupies about 10% of your cranial cavity, but has more than 50% of our brain's neurons. Consequently, the cerebellum plays a key role in our body's performance. Symptoms emerge slowly regarding Parkinson's disease. You may have shaking, rigidity, slowness of movement, difficulty with walking. Dementia becomes more common in advanced stages. Depression and anxiety also become common. Hallucinations and delusions. Sensory challenges with sleep and emotional problems may also occur. Causes of Parkinson's is not specifically known. Scientists believe there are some key factors, however. Genetics, for example. We have no choice but to deal with the genes we have inherited. For example, genetically, I inherited type 2 diabetes, also inherited blood pressure problems. So we deal with the genes we're inherited. Environmental factors can play a role, such as exposure to certain pesticides or head injuries, as well as tobacco smoke. Other factors regard the brain cells of the midbrain apparently die, which is the part of the brain known as the substantia nigra region. The death of these cells results in not enough dopamine in this region of the midbrain, which is the area that produces dopamine. Now, the cause of the death of these cells is not fully understood, but may be the buildup of abnormal deposits of proteins into the neurons called Lewy bodies. Inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, places individuals in a state of having twice the risk of developing dementia and or the challenges of Parkinson's. Recent research by Dr. Bing Zhang from the University of California in San Francisco has indicated IBD as being a higher risk. Scientists have previously found signs that the abnormally folded proteins involved in Parkinson's disease may arise in the gut and travel to the brain via the vagus nerve. Changes in the microbial community in the gut, which is called the gut microbiome, have been linked with conditions ranging from mental health, problems with motor neuron disease, and Parkinson's disease. Therefore, studies are finding that IBD may be linked to neurocognitive decline. So the food we eat to help keep our intestinal tract healthy and a high fiber diet plays a key role, and it's very important. There are various reasons why one may have Parkinson's disease. Another study and research by Dr. Stanley Prusner discovered a destructive protein in 1972 and later was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1997 for identifying this particular protein called prion, which stands for proteinaceous infectious particle. It has been discovered that men are more likely to get Parkinson's disease than women. This may be due to a hormonal or a chromosomal difference between men and women. Further research and study regarding this observation is warranted. Treatment can help, but there's no cure. This illness can last for years. There are limited treatments available. Medication, such as dopamine, can play a role in being helpful. Other drugs, since antidepressants, cognitive enhancing medication, as well as anti-tremor drugs, are side effects that can be helped through these drugs, but not curing Parkinson's illness itself. Physical exercise is very important, but that's important for all of us all the time. Diet is critical, not only for Parkinson's, but for all illnesses. Diet plays a key role. The liquid, the water, the food that we consume plays a key role in our health. One should eat a variety of whole grains, vegetables, fruits, milk, and dairy products, as well as protein-rich foods, such as meat and beans. We need to keep in mind that one can get a lot of protein from various plants, such, and thus adding extra fiber to one's diet, which is very critical. Avoiding such foods as aged cheeses, cured meats, and beer on tap is recommended regarding Parkinson's. Keep in mind that eating berries are particularly good since they contain high levels of antioxidants. Some medications can cause nausea, thus making ginger tea can be helpful to offset a state of being nauseated. Franklin Delano Roosevelt once said, "We have always held to the hope, the belief, the conviction that there is a better life, a better world beyond the horizon." Yes, we must keep in mind to continue to hope for cures and answers to meet the challenges of Parkinson's disease. However, always follow your doctor's recommendations as prescribed. In closing, I would like to repeat what I once heard. I've learned that it's not what you have in your life, but who you have in your life that counts. And I wish to take a moment to say thank you for allowing myself and Home Choice Network to spend some time with you. And of course, if you have the opportunity to allow Home Choice Network, a home care agency, to assist you in having a more stable, independent life for both independence for yourselves and peace of mind for the families. I realize that the subject of Parkinson's disease is very complex, and there are similar challenges both in dementia and Alzheimer's. And research continues to identify both causes and treatments. I do have a specific presentation regarding dementia and Alzheimer's if there's ever a particular interest. It is always a pleasure to have time with you, and we at Home Choice Network take great concern in helping folks to take their medicine, eat healthy, drink nice fresh water, stay healthy as best you can. For me, at the age of 78, that remains a challenge, but I face it every day. And by the way, have a great day. Thank you.